All right, welcome back, everybody. In the news, Russell Wilson, who once beat the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48, has been traded to the Denver Broncos. And if you're new here, this is Gematria Effect Sports. For years, we've taken advantage of the number 38 in Colorado sports because there's not a more rigged state when it comes to sports by the numbers. Again, Colorado is the 38th state in order of statehood in Gematria. Colorado equals 38. And it seems like almost every single day there's a major 38 ritual in sports. This might be one of the biggest of all time. Russell Wilson has been traded to Colorado on March 8th, 3-8, exactly 38 weeks before his upcoming birthday on November 29th. And of course, this is the man who helped the Seahawks win the rigged Super Bowl over the Broncos in the Seahawks' 38th season. So let's go over it. And plus more, we want to talk about why Russell Wilson played in exactly 174 games with the Seahawks, 158 in the regular season, 16 in the postseason, and gets traded 174 days after Pete Carroll's birthday. We're going to bring it all together. But again, here we go. If you're new here, Gematria. Very simple practice of coding numbers into words. There's 4 base ciphers. Out of those 4 ciphers, one is more important than the others. But again, if you're new, Gematria. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5, F is 6. You just turn each letter into a number using the alphabetic order, all the way up to Z, the 26th letter becoming 26. In the most simple cipher, Colorado and football equal 83. They say the best draft class for quarterbacks was the year 83. John Elway, part of that class, drafted by the Colts, but then sent over to the Broncos. Keep in mind today, March 8th can be written 8/3 like 83. The next cipher is the alphabetic order with the rules numerology. Same thing, but just applying numerology. So when you get to the double-digit letters, you turn them into single-digit numbers. So A still 1, B still 2, C still 3. But when you get to J, the 10th letter, it becomes 1 plus 0 is 1. So J becomes 1. K, the 11th letter, becomes 2 because 11 is 1 plus 1 is 2. The 12th letter becomes 3 because 1 plus 2 is 3. So C would be 3. O, the 15th letter, would be 1 plus 5 is 6. L, the 12th letter, would be 3. So on. Colorado adds up to 38 that way. And again, 38, so huge in rigged Colorado sports. And people who aren't the brightest in the sharpest tools in the shed, they'll fail with the Colorado 38 riddle because they don't understand. If an opposing team's coming into Colorado, they're going to pick up their 38th win or 38th loss if it's on the board. If a pitcher's coming in an MLB and he can pick up his 38th career win, 38th career loss, it's going to happen. It very rarely fails. People who aren't so smart with the knowledge, they'll see like the Nuggets, they are on 37 wins, and they'll just assume that their next game, that automatically means they're picking up their 38th win. You can't do it that way. I mean, it's not about the team that's from Colorado. It's just the ongoing rituals with teams facing Colorado picking up 38. Again, you can't help out dummies. Anyway, the other 2 ciphers are running the alphabetic order in reverse, running the alphabetic order in reverse with the rules of numerology. Notice how Colorado and football are the exact same in all 4 ciphers. Funny enough, the word homosexual has a major overlap with Colorado and football. And you think about it, men in tights, bent over, up each other's ass. Is it just a coincidence? But again, Colorado's the first state to have a publicly homosexual governor. Anyway, the name Russell, who I'm pretty sure, say what you will about him being married to the celebrity, but I'm pretty sure the guy's a little bit fruity. Again, I'm up here in Seattle. I'm so glad this guy's been shipped out of the city. I'm so glad. No more Russell Wilson. Get him out of here. I hate this guy. Poor Seattle. They're not going to have a wardrobe anymore. If you ever come to Seattle in the last 10 years, all people wear around is their Russell Wilson jerseys. But anyway, Russell also got the Gematria 83, getting shipped to Colorado. And again, Colorado's the 38th state in order of statehood. From Russell Wilson's, from today to his upcoming birthday, is exactly 38 weeks. And remember, when the Seahawks beat the Broncos, it was the 94th NFL season. I just want you to see that Seattle, Washington, and Denver both have this gematria of 68 and 94 going forwards and backwards. These tie into a lot of things that go well beyond this sports decode, but just these numbers share, these cities share a relationship, these states share a relationship. You might recall, right after Colorado and Washington State became the first two states to legalize recreational weed. They met in the Up and Smoke Bowl, right? Super Bowl 48, where Seahawks equals 48. And again, that was the Seahawks' 38th season where they defeated Denver. But just notice, they both equal 68-94. It was the 94th NFL season where Seattle won the Super Bowl over Denver. And a few years after that, Russell Wilson's grandpa died at age 94. Big number in Seattle. Bill Gates became the biggest celebrity in Seattle in 94 after Kurt Cobain died in 94. Bill Gates' father just died at age 94. Big number in Seattle rituals all around. And again, the two cities share a lot in common. They got the beautiful scenery around them. Anyhow, the 2013 NFL season, again, that was the 94 season. Seahawks over Broncos. The score was 43-8. Seattle Seahawks equals 43 in the most pure cipher. When you run it in reverse, Seahawks is 48. And as we just saw, Colorado is also 43. So what a score for the Seahawks Broncos Super Bowl, 43-8. Couldn't have scripted it any better. And with regards to football equaling 43, again, that was the total score in this year's Super Bowl, wasn't it? 23-20. Rams got to 2-3 in Super Bowls, beating the Bengals in their 23rd game, synced up with David Beckham, number 23, with Odell Beckham, and synced up with LeBron, the King, who wore number 23 when King's 23, when it was the Royal Family Bowl. Anyway. So there's those pieces. Keep in mind today is the 67th day of the year. That's the 19th prime. The only city in America that equals 19 is Seattle, 19. I'm sure a lot of people are crying in Seattle right now. They don't know what they're going to wear anymore. All they have is a closet full of Russell Wilson jerseys. Some drunk guy's probably burning his Russell Wilson jersey and coming to the same epiphany that, oh my God, what am I going to wear now? You guys think I'm joking, but you haven't been to Seattle. It's like, oh my God, I don't even know why they have any clothes stores here. All people wear is Russell Wilson jerseys. And it's pathetic, too. It's like, why does everyone worship this guy? Can't you see he's the biggest asshole there ever was, the biggest fraud there ever was? You didn't get the joke of his 21st pass getting intercepted by number 21 on the down 2nd and 1 on the day 2/1 with 21 seconds left in the game? You didn't see how perfectly scripted that was as the Seahawks gave another free Super Bowl to Tom Brady, who won his last Super Bowl at age 43, the football number. Okay, remember Russell Wilson's from Cincinnati this year at the Super Bowl where Cincinnati lost, but covered the spread. They were the winning bet. Russell Wilson was sitting next to the commissioner. And this is coming up for the 103rd NFL season. Keep an eye on the Broncos this year. Broncos equals 103. Could be an interesting year for the Broncos. You know, I talked about how it'd make a lot of sense if Rodgers ended up on the Steelers or the Broncos. He still has a chance to end up on the Steelers. They're the two 103 teams. And, of course, Rodgers equals 103 and State Farm's 103. It's funny that it ends up being Russell Wilson that ends up on the Broncos because for years I've educated about how the Packers and the Seahawks are teams that are connected ritualistically. They do so many things together. They share so many players. Marshawn Lynch ended up on the Seahawks because the Packers didn't take him off waivers. He led them to the Super Bowl. Had he gone to the Packers probably would have won the Super Bowl. You know, you got Matt Hasselbeck. You got a bunch of things with the Packers and Seahawks. Of course, Russell Wilson played in Wisconsin for college. But also, just this past weekend, where did I put it at? Aaron Rodgers this past weekend officiated a wedding for a Colorado football player, guy who went to University of Colorado, David Bakhtiari, on his 94th day of his age. And again, we were just talking about Denver's 94. But it ends up being Russell Wilson, the Seahawk, that goes there instead. Packers and Seahawks. Two teams that have a backdoor relationship. Backdoors, men in tights. Anyway, and other related points. This seems to be synced up with the new Broncos head coach with his 43rd birthday. His upcoming birthday is 41 weeks from this trade. He'll turn 43. Again, Seattle Seahawks 43, Colorado 43, football 43. 41 is the Super Bowl number. Had they gotten Rodgers, I'd be saying they're in the Super Bowl. I'm not sure for sure about Russell Wilson, but the Broncos just got a lot more interesting with Russell Wilson. So I'll be doing some more homework on it, but there is a nice alignment with the coach here. So, and for Pete Carroll, this news comes 191 days before his upcoming birthday. That's the 43rd prime. He's going to turn 71. Denver Broncos equals 71. So does Catholic. Never forget the joke of... This is why you got to know the ciphers forwards and backwards. I want you to see that Catholic's 71 forwards, 145 in reverse. Harbaugh, the coach at Michigan. You see how Catholic's also 46? So is Michigan. Michigan 46. Denver Broncos 71. Again, Catholic 71, 46, 145. The Michigan coach was with Pope Francis. And then the next day, his tight end was supposed to go in the first round of the draft, Jake Butt, who Wikipedia changed his name to Jake Dick Butt for the 2 weeks after the draft. But Jake Butt was supposed to go in the first round, and instead he fell to the 145th pick, right after his coach at Michigan, Harbaugh, was with the Pope, and then he goes to the Denver Broncos 71 team. Again, the Jesuits in the Catholic Church control the NFL, and so often the rituals are scripted with the Pope. In a moment, I'm going to get to how Russell Wilson's been traded 81 days after the Pope's birthday, and Russell Wilson's also 81. His name's also 54 and 153 like Jesuit order. But anyway, it's 191 days before Pete Carroll's upcoming birthday. Society of Jesus is 191. Again, the 43rd prime. Synced up with his 71st birthday. And then that also means that it's 174 days after his last birthday. And again, Russell Wilson's played in 158 regular season games, 16 postseason games, so 174 games, and gets traded 174 days after his coach's birthday. Well, let's never forget where this factors in. The phrase number of the beast equals 174. Seattle's on the 47th parallel where beast is 47. The first Super Bowl season was in the 47th NFL season. And one of my favorite rituals with the Seahawks all time was in a Seahawks-Saints game, like how the Beast Quake with Marshawn Lynch was against the Saints. In that game, they showed a highlight of the Beast Quake. And then right after that, Russell Wilson ends up getting his first rushing touchdown, and they put up the stat, first rushing touchdown since November 26, 2017. And he accomplished this first rushing touchdown since that date on September 22nd, 2019, a span of 666 days. 666. You know what I mean? Right after they showed the Beast Quake, and now he's getting traded in a number of the Beast ritual synced up with his coach. And again, Marshawn Lynch has the Gematria 66 like number of the Beast. If you don't use the numerology, number of the Beast is 174. That was 68 days from Russell Wilson's birthday. Again, Seattle, Washington, 68. He's facing Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater's full name, 337, the 68th prime. But again, just mathematics, sacred geometry. Anyway, Catholicism, 68. Solar system, 68. The sun, the Catholic Church, Sunday. Football on a Sunday. Men in tights. Catholic priests probably raping little boys while most people are glued to the TV watching the men bent over in tights, not realizing that they're being ruled over by Rome. Again, you see how sick it is? And again, Pope Francis is 85 right now. National Football League 85. The Rams win the Super Bowl in their 85th season, scoring the winning touchdown with 85 seconds left after the Rams finally beat Brady, giving him his 85th career loss. But yeah, again, they couldn't have scripted it any better. Wilson finishes his career with the Seahawks with 113 wins. Old 113. It's a number that's relevant to Seattle because it's named after Chief Seattle, who gave a speech on March 11th about all things being connected. And with regards to this city being named after Chief Seattle, his name's also 113, just for good measure. But, another 38 special in Colorado. I mean, for years, I've told you guys the free money's Colorado 38. But don't be the next guy that bets it when a Colorado team can pick up their 38th win. That's not what it's about. It's about the opposing teams. The opposing team rituals with Colorado and 38 just over and over and over. Russell Wilson, who beat the Broncos in the Seahawks' 38th season in the Super Bowl, now traded on 3-8, exactly 38 weeks before his birthday. And keep in mind that's 266 days. It's synced up with the Pope. Pope Francis is the 266th Pope. The Jesuit motto, Isus Hominum Salvator, 266. When you use the numerology, it's also 85, like he's 85 right now. And again, Pope Francis is the first Jesuit Pope. Jesuit Order 54-153, just like Russell Wilson. And what's Russell Wilson always claimed to be about? About Jesus. He does it for Jesus. He does it for the kids. That's what he tells the people on the TV all the time. He does it for Jesus, you guys. He participates in rigged football for Jesus. And again, your football games on Sunday are about as real as your fake religion, too. That's what a lot of you guys need to wake up to as well. It's all bullshit. Your entire world's controlled with bullshit and lies. That's why believe has the word lie right in the middle. And all you guys are believing all the lies. Got all the same repetitive moronic arguments. Well, if it's all rigged, how come none of them speak out then? Well, some of them have spoken out. You haven't cared. And why don't these guys speak out? Oh, remind me how much money they make a year. What's Russell Wilson's salary a year? Russell Wilson's salary per year. Let's check it out. Russell Wilson's salary per year. Let's see. Why doesn't he speak out? Oh man, $35 million a year. Divide that by your slave wage. What do you make a year? $30,000? You got to work a million years to make as much as Russell Wilson makes in a year. Well, some of these guys only make like $500,000 a year. Oh, only $500,000, huh? You got to work how many years at your slave wage to make $500,000 a year? What would you rather do? Would you rather do your slave job, or would you rather hit the gym and work out and catch footballs and I mean, that is part of it. Some people are so lazy they wouldn't want to work out and do what football players do, but ultimately it's not that bad of a gig. You're taking care of your body. You're getting a big salary. And you just got to learn how to be like Isaac Bruce to avoid the big hit. So, anyway. Colorado 38, it just never ends. All right, we'll keep it short and sweet, guys. And don't forget to follow me on GematriaEffectNews 24. That's where I do the important work. Today on 3-8, Energy 38. Joe Biden does another thing to drive up energy costs even further on 3-8. And remember, the whole day, on the first day of the Russia-Ukraine thing getting set off, they said global energy costs soar 3.8%. And it was all synced up with the German Jesuit Klaus Schwab. Germany 38. And anyway. Shout out to JHW3D in the chat. There's my guy. That's my number one guy in the truth community. It's because he came out and pounded pavement like a champ in Louisiana. He says, yesterday was the 37 special. Calvin Ridley suspended for betting on football. Ridley 37. Calvin Ridley 73. Again, the day can be written 3773. Suspend 37. Parlay 73. Perfect. I didn't even catch that story, but Jeremy White on it. And again, you guys, Gematria Effect Sports, it's not my website. You might think it is because I'm at the top because Jeremy's such a nice guy. I purposefully asked him not to put me on the top of the website. But this is Jeremy's website, JHW3D. And we'll just skip over the link to my stuff. Jeremy's got an awesome sports betting guide on here. Be sure to check that out. And down below that, he's got Rod, who's doing daily sports decodes, who does a great job. And also Victor, who's in the chat right now, Mr. Futures, who's on a hot streak. And, Martin's a great contributor to the community, but I think he's kind of slowed down on the sports decoding. So Rod and Victor, I know, are at it daily. And if you are looking for those daily decoders, they're there. But definitely check out Jeremy's sports guide. If you guys got questions about how to get into taking advantage of rig sports, Jeremy's guide is probably the best thing on the web. So GematriaEffectSports.com. Again, it's not my website, it's Jeremy's. And Jeremy, I think there are some other people in the community that deserve to make the website, and I'm sure you know who those people are. And get in contact with me, my man, because I'm happy to throw some bucks your way to get those people on the website. Or maybe you want to wait it out a little bit and see if they deserve it. I got to admit, some of the people who I'd like to recommend, they gave me some pause days ago because I was like, these people don't know how to react to this situation. They're in the middle on this situation. Maybe I don't want to support these people. But anyway, that's another topic. So JHW3D, subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. Mr. Futures, One Infinite Consciousness. And yeah, we'll leave it there for now. I was going to try not to make any more videos today after the last one I made this morning because I'm trying to finish my book, but I didn't know Russell Wilson was going to get traded today. I should have looked and saw it was 38 weeks from his birthday. Anyway, we'll leave it there for now. GematriaEffectNews 24, where I'm doing the majority of my posting, but this is the sports channel. And until next time, Truth Seeker.